Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. All that has been going on in the National Assembly is all a power play for 2023. Oshiomhole was part of it. These are the toes he stepped on that he was removed as the national chairman of APC. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time we're reaching you today. A very big thank you. Yes, thank you for your continuous support. Massive one. We truly, really appreciate you. God bless you. Well, my people, we are hearing now that all that is going on in the National Assembly, the whole shake-up of agencies, you are hearing that EFCC, NDDC are being probed. They said it's all a shake-up for 2023. See, I tell you, if you don't know, you don't know. Waiting you not know, now your neighbor take better pass you. Let me tell you something, just by the side. Do you know why that person is a doctor and you're not? Okay, he's a doctor because he has acquired the necessary skill. The day you decide to say, you know what, I'm going to give myself the next 6 years, and you acquire the same skill, there is nothing superior, there is nothing special. The only thing now will be that he has gathered more experience than you. And if you give yourself another period of time, you will gather the same wealth of experience. So what things that have been going on in the NDDC, to the ordinary man on the street, he feels like, then they checkmate themselves, my dear. We are all hearing now that it's all a power play for 2023 presidency. Power plays are on. If you remember precisely, Ibrahim Magu, the sacked EFCC guy that was in EFCC net for how many days? 10, 11 days now. I can't remember precisely. He said, like Oshiomhole, he stepped on powerful toes. That was his words, not mine. He said that's why he's been probed. That was what he said. He said that's why he's been probed. Anyway, guys, let's get on to the news and hear exactly what is going on. See, don't be deceived. Don't be deceived. All that is happening, that they are just deceiving people, is all an act. Let's carry on. Let's get all the details. I have been following the activities of the National Assembly and the ministers. The truth of the matter is that a lot of Nigerians have no clear picture of what they are dealing with. I think the whole issue started after the dissolution of the National Working Committee, NWC, and the removal of Oshiomhole as the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, APC. Like I've always said, whether people care to listen or not, what we are witnessing right now is an attempt by the National Assembly to frustrate the deal with the exclusive arm of government so that they can prove there really is no chance of government. As far as I'm concerned, what is happening is a fight for the 2023 presidency. We all know who Oshiomhole is rooting for as candidate for the 2023 presidency. So what we are witnessing right now is a fight to show who is in charge, especially when you consider the manner in which APC was formed. The biggest partner in that merger, which produced the APC, is Senator Bola Tinubu from Lagos State. He came into the merger with the highest number of governors and legislators in the first tenure. We all saw what happened in the 8th National Assembly, and it is the same thing that is happening now. I know Oshiomhole inside out, what he's capable of. I was his political advisor for 8 years. He gave the president the impression that he was doing his bidding with the election of the principal officers of the 9th National Assembly, but he was only pursuing his own agenda and that of his preferred choice for the 2023 presidential election. Now that he has been thrown out, they want to make sure they destabilize the presidency and the federal government in preparation for the final breakdown of the party. During the governorship primaries of the Edo APC, Oshiomhole said the rubber stamp NWC, which is headed, is the highest court. The appeal committee is the court of appeal, and him himself is the Supreme Court. That is what we are saying now. It is an organized attempt to paint the government in black light. those calling the current National Assembly rubber stamp are wrong. They are not rubber stamp, but they are only doing what they were instructed to do. That was exactly what they did in Edo. We all saw the videos of the younger brother of Oshiomhole. At that time, I granted interviews telling the National Assembly to disown that statement, but they never listened to me. That was the same thing he wanted to do when he wanted to plant 14 legislators in the Edo State House of Assembly so that he can hold the government to ransom. So do you believe the National Assembly is dictating to the executive on the issues of service chiefs? A situation where the National Assembly will be dictating to the executive arm of government on service chief is uncalled for. Also, if you look at those who are being targeted at the National Assembly, they are mostly from the South, and they are not on Oshiomole's side. The Minister of State for Labor, Festus Keyamo, is on the side of Obaseki. We also know that the position of Godwin Akpabio during the NEC meeting of the APC, where Oshiomhole was removed, President Muhammadu Buhari recognized Victor Godom as the acting national chairman, and we all know that Godom was pro-Oshiomhole. During the meeting after the presidential opening remark, Godom wanted to give a speech as the person who convened the session, but the leadership of the House of Representatives shut him down because they were already angry with him. All of them are working for Oshiomhole, and that was why they took side with him during the Edo Assembly crisis. The response of the presidency to the fresh call of the National Assembly for the removal of service chief was that it was only being done by President Muhammadu Buhari. We know the duties of the National Assembly. It is not their duty to decide to dictate to the president on whom to appoint or sack. Look at their unnecessary confrontation with Keyamo over 74,000 jobs. Even when the president said that Keyamo should proceed, they were still ravaging that it is the National Dictators of Employment, NDE, that should handle it. Is that not the same National Assembly that promised to work hand in hand with the president in delivering his next level promise to Nigeria when they were elected? So what do you think? What has changed? They are just embittered and doing the bid of Oshiomhole that he was removed, nothing more. This is what is going on presently now. Oshiomhole is actually still clamoring for his candidate, Bola Tinubu, whom the North is trying to destabilize and get out of the deal so they can bring in their own candidates come 2023. Nigerians, you've heard it all. What is more to say? What is happening is beneath the eyes. It's not just what you are saying. There is more to it than you see. Anyway, what do you think? Don't forget to like us, share, subscribe. Click on the notification button so you can get all our latest news. God bless you. Bye for now.